Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brian. This is my furry sidekick, the shop manager, full of energy as usual. We have a minivan here with a rather long gash. I'll bring you closer so you can see. And whatever got against it had enough pressure when it got against the vehicle. It put a dent, lengthy one from here to about here. Now, paintless dent repair is going to make that disappear like it wasn't even there. But I do have to wait for the repairman to free up other jobs that he's working at the shop here. In the meantime, I can get rid of this rather wide, ugly scratch that goes with it all the way back through. Starts here, ends right here. We're going to do some wet sanding. We're going to do some polishing. We're going to make it disappear and get it ready for the PDR guy. Let's get to work. On the sliding door of the Honda Odyssey here, something got against the door here and it ran the length, almost the full length of the door, 3/4 of the way anyway. I'm not sure if you could see it, but it put enough pressure on the panel that it's actually has dented it slightly. Now, again, PDR is going to take care of that. So what we're going to take care of today is this ugly scratch. And it is making my fingernail jump a little bit, which is a little worrisome. A good way to find out if a scratch is through the clear is to gently run your fingernail over it. If it makes it, if the scratch makes your finger kind of jump or sink into the indentation, it's probably through the clear into the color coat. I don't see that this scratch is past the color coat, so we should be able to make it disappear at least from a couple feet away. Let's give it a try. The first thing you want to do, obviously, is going to be wash the car and full decon. Iron remover, clay, done and done. The next thing we want to do is pick a grit sandpaper that kind of matches the damage. You could use sheets, you can use discs. I'll tell you what, I'll use both. I'll start off with a sheet, I'll move to, a disc. And both of these you can already have soaking in a bucket of water. Sometimes I have a bucket of water with different grits of sandpaper already soaking in it, because we do wet sanding here. We don't want any of the dust getting airborne, and the wet sanding keeps it contained and has it running down the vehicle to the floor. You want to start out with a grit that matches the paint, clear coat, softness of the clear coat or hardness of the clear coat, and the damage. With this damage on soft Honda, we don't want to get any more aggressive than 2000 grit. So I'll take a sheet out of this Gator sandpaper pack here. We'll fold it and we'll start off with that. No machines, we're going to do all of the sanding by hand. Wet the paper, wet the surface, and we want to scuff the area and round everything off. We don't want any jagged edges from that scratch. When light goes in there and reflects off of all those jagged edges, it makes it more visible. And that's what we want to try and dissipate a bit. What I'm doing is sanding until I see this white milky stuff run down the surface of the panel. That's clear coat. We're shaving. And it doesn't take long for 2000 grit to start to dig into and shave off clear coat. So I'm not spending a whole lot of time in one area, as you can see here. I'm going to make a trip back. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off the area, wipe it off a little bit, and then see if I want to go any further. Because it's not worth sanding through the clear coat and causing more damage to the area. From what I see here, I'm just going to go a little bit more with the 2000 grit. Now I'm going to clean that off, and I'm going to pick another grit that's going to step down from the 2000 grit, meaning we need to blend things in now. We can't just jump to a polisher and easily remove the sand marks. We need to gradually step down, and I'm going to step down to 3000 grit that's on a disc. Now instead of a sheet, a thin sheet, we're moving to a disc. A little bit of a different material. You can still use both for wet sanding. And that's what we're doing right here. With this scratch removed, this little incident here, whatever happened, is going to be a little bit less visible, at least until the PDR guy gets his hands on it. Our PDR guy is incredible, and he does magic, and when he's done, you won't even know anything happened to this door. And my respect and my hat goes off to them for their work, because how they manipulate metal is pretty darn impressive. As it came back here, it dug deeper and deeper, so this is the area here that's the worst. And there is a small area that actually went through the color goat, and I'll have to do some touch-up after I order some paint. We're going to continue anyway and see what type of improvement we can get here. Clean it up a bit, clean off the panel a little bit, let it dry, and I'll bring you in closer to see what it looks like. This is where we stand. The shallowest part of the scratch is going to be right here. The deepest part of the scratch is going to be where it looks lighter and lighter. So there and there, that's the deepest part, the most shallow part of the scratch right there. Let's move on to polishing. For polishing, we're going to use 3D1. It's a one-step polish, and a Your Fiber 50/50 pad has fibers that cut and polish. And we'll use a dual action polisher. Always shake up your formula. 3 or 4 marble sized drops. Spread out the product throughout the area. And do your polishing. Now, we're going to wipe off the residue and see where we stand. At this point, it's polished and things are rounded off. And you can make the call here. Hey, do I want to chase, well, perfection? Even though perfection is nothing you can obtain here at detailing. Do you want to chase the scratch and shave it even more with the sandpaper? Do you want to go over and do another pass with the polisher? You can make that call. No wrong answers here. After you wipe off the residue and take a look. And I believe from here to here, it's where I want it to be. There to there, I'm going to look for a little bit more improvement, so I'm going to go over with the polisher just one more time, and we will be done with it. So that's exactly what I did. Went over it again, and I made the area actually even larger to blend things in because I'm going to have to do with the way this looks until the PDR guy gets there. So it's going to be a corrected shiny area and then an area up and down here that has swirls and scratches that still needs to be done. But I will go over it again and make it look better and clean after the PDR guy's done, because it might get some scratches again. Equipment has to be hung on here. He likes to hang his magnetic light on there, and sometimes that leaves some light scratches, so I'm not even going to protect it. What I would recommend for you is to, at this point, protect it with either wax, a sealant, or a coating, whatever you prefer, and preserve the area. So at this point here, we just see the dented area. And the scratch, except for that area from there to there, which is through the color coat, I'll have to touch it up. And then when the PDR is done, I'll have to get some more footage later in a different video and show you how well that turned out then. Let's back it outside and see what it looks like. So the scratch is gone. We just need to take care of the dent. And then after the PDR, the paintless dent repair, looks better. You guarding your minivan. Can't even tell that it's been dented. Excellent work. So much better. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions, down in the comments section. If these videos are educational and they help, maybe consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, share the videos if they help. You can share them to groups and forums and wherever anybody is that is eager to learn. Individuals, you can share the videos. That helps the channel grow. If the channel grows, the content, the quality of the content can grow with it. That's completely up to you guys. Hey, thank you for spending some time with me and the shop manager as we work on the van here. I'll catch you in the next video.